Torah reading English translation Vayeshev 7th portion. Genesis chapter 40 verse 1.
Now it came about after these events that the cupbearer of the king of Egypt and the baker sinned against their master, against the king of Egypt.
Now it came about after these events, because the cursed woman Potiphar's wife had accustomed the people to talk badly about the righteous man Joseph, therefore the Holy One, blessed be he, brought to them the Egyptian sin of these men, so that they would turn their attention to the two chamberlains and not to Joseph, and also so that relief would come to the righteous man through them. Sinned, regarding this one the cupbearer a fly was found in his goblet, and that the baker a pebble was found in his bread.
And Pharaoh became incensed at his two chamberlains, at the chief cupbearer and at the chief baker. And he placed them in the prison of the house of the chief of the slaughterers, into the prison, the place where Joseph was imprisoned. And the chief of the slaughterers appointed Joseph to be with them, and he served them, and they were a year in prison.
And the chief of the slaughterers appointed Joseph to be with them, as everything he did, was blessed. And the cupbearer and baker were a year in prison, Hebrew 12 months.
Now both of them dreamed a dream, each one his dream on the same night, each man according to the interpretation of his dream, the cupbearer and the baker of the king of Egypt, who were confined in the prison.
Now both of them dreamed a dream. This is its simple meaning, but its midrashic meaning is that each one dreamed both dreams. That is the meaning of what is stated. Now the chief baker saw that he had interpreted well. Each man according to the interpretation of his dream, each one dreamed a dream similar to the interpretation destined to befall them.
And Joseph came to them in the morning, and he saw them, and behold, they were troubled. And he asked Pharaoh's chamberlains who were with him in the prison of his master's house, saying, Why are your faces sad today? And they said to him, We have dreamed a dream, and there is no interpreter for it. Joseph said to them, Don't interpretations belong to God? Tell them to me now. So the chief cupbearer related his dream to Joseph, and he said to him, In my dream, behold, a vine is before me. And on the vine are 3 tendrils, and it seemed to be blossoming, and its buds came out, then its clusters ripened into grapes. And Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes and squeezed them into Pharaoh's cup, and I placed the cup on Pharaoh's palm and squeezed. And Joseph said to him, This is its meaning, the 3 tendrils are 3 days. And Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes and squeezed them into Pharaoh's cup, and I placed the cup on Pharaoh's palm. And Joseph said to him, This is its meaning, the 3 tendrils are 3 days.
Are 3 days, for you they symbolize 3 days, and there are many midrashic interpretations refers to the 3 patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Israel.
In another 3 days, Pharaoh will number you with the other officers, and he will restore you to your position, and you will place Pharaoh's cup into his hand, according to your previous custom, when you were his cupbearer.
Pharaoh will number you, will raise your head, an expression of numbering. When he counts the rest of his servants to serve him at the feast, he will count you along with them. Your position, your base and your seat.
But remember me when things go well with you, and please do me a favor and mention me to Pharaoh, and you will get me out of this house.
But remember me, but keep me in mind, since it will go well with you as I have interpreted. And please do me a favor, is only an expression of pleading.
For I was stolen from the land of the Hebrews, and here too, I have done nothing, for which they have put me into the dungeon. Now the chief baker saw that he had interpreted well. So he said to Joseph, Me too. In my dream, behold, there were 3 wicker baskets on my head. And in the topmost basket were all kinds of Pharaoh's food, the work of a baker, and the birds were eating them from the basket atop my head. And Joseph replied and said, This is its meaning, the 3 baskets represent 3 days. In another 3 days, Pharaoh will remove your head from you and hang you on a gallows, and the birds will eat your flesh off you. Now it came about on the 3rd day, Pharaoh's birthday, that Pharaoh made a feast for all his servants, and he counted the chief cupbearer and chief baker among his servants.
He counted, Hebrew. He counted them with the rest of his servants, for he was counting the servants who would serve him in his feast, and he remembered these among them. Similar to take the count.
And he restored the chief cupbearer to his position as cupbearer, and he placed the cup on Pharaoh's palm. And the chief baker he hanged, as Joseph had interpreted to them. But the chief cupbearer did not remember Joseph, and he forgot him.
But the chief cupbearer did not remember, on that day. And he forgot him, afterwards. Because Joseph relied on him to remember him, he was compelled to be confined for 2 years, as it is said, praiseworthy is the man who made the Lord his trust and did not turn to the haughty. He did not turn to the Egyptians, who are called haughty.